question. I'm confused because one of the challenges it seems is that our tax system has multiple entities that can tax at the local level, right?
Yep.
And so when you talk about a single point of contact, like, I mean, if your single point of contact is the school board, the sheriff is going to get pissed. They're not the point of contact.
You're bringing up political problems. I mean, seriously, let's be honest. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. These are local officials working together on a number of fronts. When there's an accident, when there's a spill, when there's an approach for what they're trying to decide on what they're going to do for economic development, why can't they get in a room like every other state tends to do and speak with a voice on this issue?
I guess I don't don't understand functionally how you're having local input, how it works to have a single point of contact, which when unfortunately, and I think a lot of people in this room would agree, we have many taxing entities at the local level.
And that is also, it's a huge problem. The many different, Julie's asking, I'm sorry, I'm not repeating the question, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. You're citing that we have so many different taxing jurisdictions.
Right.
That isn't this just going to make it worse, or is it possible to get them all on the same page? Is basically what you're saying.
I'm asking, I don't understand what you mean by a single point of contact, because who is that contact?
Well, let me say this: the multiple taxing jurisdictions in Louisiana is absolutely one of the reasons why we have the worst, one of the worst business tax climate reputations in the country. If you are a business of any size, big, small, anything, and you're in multiple parishes, you could be assessed by every different parish at a different property tax or sales tax valuation and get audited by all those entities in different ways. Compliance is a nightmare on this front. And so what you're talking about is absolutely the right issue. And if we've got a coalition that's ready to go tackle that in the Capitol, I'll be the first one to say, hey, let's do a new speech all together. I'm ready to fix that because that has been broken for a long time. But what I hear from the Capitol right now is they don't want to touch that because politically that irritates people locally. And so what we have is an ITEP program that used to work in a way that brought all of the investment and jobs that I talked about here, and now it's created a different order because of the governor's executive order, where you have to go get these local resolutions by boards, which they're not economic developers. And it's this fragmented system which has put us in this purgatory. And so if you take a page from Texas, counties have the ability to speak with a unified voice on important things. I think economic development is an important thing. I have a lot of confidence our parishes can do that and speak in a unified voice. And right now, you're seeing some select examples of that. I would say in Southwest Louisiana, those entities are doing a really good job of getting together and trying to speak with a unified voice. And so that we've seen pockets of that happen.
Yeah, I think I was asking more functional questions like where does lobbying want this local point of contact to be if we have unfortunately multiple points of contact, multiple taxing entities?
I would love locals to be able to designate that entity. Maybe it's a website. Maybe they put together a shared website, whatever. There's got to be a way that they can put a single point of contact out there to where a company knows. Because what happens is in these big companies, we talk a lot about, big company investments. Well, if you have billions of dollars to spend on a manufacturing site anywhere around the globe, you're looking at, all right, different places. Maybe it's Texas, Louisiana, some country overseas. You're looking at spreadsheets to a certain extent. All right, what are they offering here? What are they offering there? The numbers have to work, And so we're losing on the spreadsheet because it's a process. There's no number there. Well, if you go talk to this board and then locally, if you get through those four, you have to have some ability to go to a parish website and say, when it comes to an investment of a certain number and a certain size, this is the deal, no matter who you are. To me, that takes the personalities out of it. That takes the anger and name calling out of it. And we get back to a numbers game. And I think the numbers game, in my opinion, make a lot of sense with this. Some parishes may say, we don't want that. We don't want these manufacturing jobs. That'll be their option.